Welcome back. This is the grand finals of the RWCW Championship Wrestling Best Girl Tournament, and we have an absolutely stacked card for you here tonight. The RWCW Championship Wrestling Weekly Waifu TV Championship will be defended. The RWCW Championship Wrestling Close-Up title will be defended, and the RWCW Championship Wrestling Men's title will be defended, as well as the grand final match of the Best Girl Tournament between Tsukiji Araragi of Group A and World Champion Noriko Takaya of Group B. But to start us off here, we've got Tasaka Rin versus Yoko Littner. Coming to the ring first, none other than Rin Tosaka. Rin Tosaka finishing up with 12 points in Group B, a very solid first outing here. Meanwhile, from Group A, it is Yoko Littner finishing up on a mere 4 points. That is only 2 wins in the tournament, not quite the performance she may have liked. But this is an opportunity for Yoko to possibly get another win and start moving on. No more pressure from the tournament at this point. She can go into this ring and she can wrestle, hopefully to the best of her abilities, get a much needed win moving forward here. Great takedown there from Rin Tosaka. Rin has been on a roll, as has her tag team partner, Saber, who we will be seeing, I believe, we will be seeing her later tonight. Obviously, just at the very last moment, did not qualify for the finals, did Saber. But she will be in action later tonight. But right now, Rin Tosaka and Yoko Littner are going at it, throwing some strikes. Great overhand chop. Took a lot out of Yoko, it seems, with that one. Not really sure what happened there to her, but hopefully she will be in shape to keep wrestling here. But for Rin, maybe she's hoping to get an easy victory. Yoko, I think, would love another win to her name. I mean, Yoko's had some bad luck kind of being booked here at RWCW Championship Wrestling. Has not always been here 100% of the time, and with the losses that she suffered in that tournament, she may not be sticking around too much moving forward. Weekly Waifu will be resuming very soon after this tournament, so you want to get a good impression in before Weekly Waifu starts up again. Yoko Littner, record of 5, 12, and 0 of 17 matches now. We'll want to get that 5 up to a 6. Rin, on the other hand, if I can find her record, a record of 9, 3, and 0, 12 matches total. That tournament really does a lot to kind of show what you're capable of, increase that win record, and yeah, really show the crowd here at RWCW Championship Wrestling what you're made of, as well as management, so you can keep getting booked in the future and hopefully get some title opportunities down the line floating over. Did Rin Tosaka there. Into the ropes, and a combination of chops taking Rin to the mat. Up and floating over. Rin will not be caught with that vertical suplex, dragging Yoko. And another drop toe hold there, taking Rin Tosaka down, but returning the favor and into a Boston Crab. A very simple submission maneuver, but very effective, very painful. Does a lot of damage to the lower back, which, if you've ever hurt your lower back, you'll know that takes a lot out of your. Vertical suplex there from Yoko. Dragging Yoko, a bit more centered going for a pin, but only a 1 count. And pulling her over with that headlock. The vertical suplex, once again, it's been doing a good job for Yoko here, doing a lot of damage. Snapmare takeover. Yoko looking in good form here tonight. Up and slamming her down with that vertical suplex once again. Into the turnbuckle with a running elbow. And the surfboard kind of rubbing her face into the turnbuckle. That is the 5-minute call of this matchup. This is contested under 30-minute time limit rules, as this is no longer a tournament contest. And stretching Yoko out there, Rin showing that she has some submission holds of her own. Now the action spilling to the outside and a huge lariat there. But that scoop and a slam on the outside and a half Boston. Yoko getting into the ring nice and early. Only a 10 count, 20 count, if you're new here, is the norm here at Robo Life Championship Wrestling. And there is that Tosaka specialty, but not enough to put her away. Oh my god, what a neck breaker. Also driving the knees in and straight into that Boston Crab. Crawling to the ropes, however, was able to power out without the need of the rope. Scoop and a slam takes Rin to the mat. Great kick there. Up and brain buster. Up Yoko goes. What is she going for up here? Diving crossbody. That was so close to being it for Yoko Littner. A headbutt sending Yoko to the outside. There's that neck breaker with a knee breaker, and Rin has been busted open. Very surprised to see that off of that maneuver, but it could have been something earlier. It could have been her headbutt earlier, could have ripened the head up. But there it is, there's that splash once again. And she still couldn't get it. What an opening contest we're having here at the finals of the Best Girl tournament. That sleeper suplex could have been it, but dragging her out of the ropes, didn't have the confidence she needed. Yoko on her belly though cannot be pinned in that position. We'll have to roll her over at least. That could have been a crucial mistake for Rin Tosaka. Scoop and a slam. Picking her back up. And the swinging neck breaker. Rin is in trouble the more she bleeds out. Backdrop. But Rin back up on her feet first. And a lariat straight to the back of the head, but a flash pinfall could be it. What a match we're having, but spinning neck breaker from the Argentine backbreaker position, and that is it. Big victory there for Rin Tosaka. Eight minutes, 32 seconds on the clock. And moving on to our next contest, we have a men's 6-man tag. We have not seen our men's competitors here at Robo Life Championship Wrestling for quite some time. We've got Guts, Domon Kashu, and Kiyomi Araragi teaming up against the team of Char Aznavour, Gamazabi, and Griffith. We, I think, are yet to see Gamazabi and Griffith in action here at Robo Life Championship Wrestling. Exciting to see. Don't go anywhere. Coming to the ring first, the team of Guts, Domon Kashu, and Kiyomi Araragi. A very unlikely tag team, but let's see how they put it together here. No real common points between them, other than they all have black hair, I guess. But their opponents, the team of Char Aznavour, Gamazabi, and Griffith. Char Aznavour and Gamazabi, good friends. Or at least at one point in their lives, seem to have patched things up. Bit of camaraderie there, but how will Griffith fit into this? If you know anything about Griffith and you know anything about Guts, there could be some bad blood between those two. Starting us off, Guts and Char Aznable. Char Aznable, a former men's champion here at RWCW Championship Wrestling. Now the men here at RWCW Championship Wrestling have had quite the time off during the tournament, so they're going to definitely want to come straight out the gate here and begin to impress. And we've got Guts and Griffith already. A lot of bad blood between these two competitors from before their time here at RWCW Championship Wrestling. And it'll be interesting to see how that all spills over here. Sliding dropkick there. And Domon and Gamazabi in the ring. Some strong knee strikes to the stomach and mounted strikes to the back of the head. It'll be interesting to see what Gamazabi is capable of here. We've yet to see him in action. I believe he has competed in a dark contest. That is a contest that was not aired here at RWCW Championship Wrestling. But this is the first time I'm seeing him, the first time you're seeing him in action. Sometimes those dark contests occur, just heat up the audience a little bit more. A couple of them occurred during the Best Girl tournament, to kind of break up the tournament matches for the live crowd. And I believe Griffith also participated in one of those dark matches. Also, definitely those dark matches a bit of a tryout for up-and-coming competitors here at RWCW Championship Wrestling. For all the men, obviously, the men's championship held by Amuro Ray is the goal. Amuro Ray will be defending that title later tonight. And a leg drop there from the former men's champion, Char Aznable. Amuro beat Char to take that title back, making Amuro Ray a two-time men's champion. Domon with some strong strikes, and I think has busted Char open. A bit hard to tell behind the mask, but there is definitely blood coming out from behind that mask. The Red Comet is definitely having his namesake now, at least on his face. In comes Griffith. The crowd are not very fond of Griffith, despite the fact that, you know, many of them probably have not seen him, at least in action before, but they know what he's capable of. And a huge strike there, taking Griffith down, and some mounted strikes to the face, maybe trying to bust Griffith open too. In comes Kiyomi Araragi, not bringing Guts, it seems. He kind of seemed to avoid Guts there, but... And in comes Char. Kiyomi Araragi, another former men's champion, as well as Char Aznable. Definitely, for both of these competitors, wanting another opportunity in the future to reclaim that title for themselves. Great snap suplex there from Char. And in comes Domon once again. And there's those mounted strikes on the already lacerated face of Char Aznable. In comes Gamazabi. Good idea for Char to get out of there. Do not want to lose too much blood and just, you know, lose too much energy being in that ring. And especially when you're bleeding that much, there's always a chance you could just get knocked out. You could just pass out from exhaustion due to the blood loss. And a submission here from Domon. You don't see Domon go for submissions super often, but maybe he's trying to work some more into his repertoire. Ooh, a kick to the top of the head there, and great cover. Guts just in time to break that one up. Could have very well been it for Domon. In comes Araragi once again. Double powerbomb. around the back, but getting it kicked off. And a little bit of stalemate into the ropes. And a great drop kick there from Gamazabi. Seems to have a lot of athleticism and in a figure 4 leg lock. Domon has bringing back in Char Aznavour, and I think Guts was tagged in as well. Guts, I'm sure, would love to be a men's champion someday. Back and forth we go. And taking Char down. Great stomp to the stomach. And a double team maneuver there. Taking Guts off his feet and into a cross arm breaker. Tremendous agony for Guts, but I doubt that Guts would ever want to give Griffith the satisfaction of tapping him out into the ropes and dodging that elbow, but not dodging that takedown. Oh, and another arm bar. Really trying to work on the arm of Guts. Bringing Griffith a bit closer to his own turnbuckle. Domon coming in, pick up scraps, but Gamazabi was tagged in just in the nick of time. Back and forth we go. Gamazabi barely taking Domon down. And the figure 4 leg lock has been applied. Was broken up by Domon's tag team partners. Now, as the Trios title is an intergender title, you think that maybe Guts, Domon, and Kiyomi will be maybe looking forward to a Trios title opportunity in the future. Kiyomi Aragi, a former Trios champion. There's a pin! Trying to get through the chaos a little bit, but not quite getting the better of it. In comes Kiyomi Aragi once again. Taking him down with a kick there. Up top, but thinking better of it. Char Aznavour. A battle of the former men's champions. Char into the ropes and a float over DDT. Sending Aragi crashing into the mat face first, but the front choke slam and the skull crushing finale there, but gonna take Kiyomi Aragi down. What's he going for here? PK, but Aragi straight up on his feet, gonna tag in Guts. Use that energy to get out of the ring, get out of danger. Spinning back fist, and a float over DDT. I think Guts was just busted open there. Or maybe that was the blood of Char kind of hitting the mat. 10 minutes have passed in this 30-minute contest. And there is a pin. Could be it. And Guts just kicking out just at the last moment. Another pin being attempted here. But the pin broken up there. DDT onto the top of Guts' head. Another pin. 1, 2. Griffith was able to intercept that, but still not enough to put Guts away. A pin of his own. But Griffith able to get in and stop that potential pinfall from taking place. Not the best place to go for a pinfall. Not sure what's... Definitely has the wrong person. Well, I mean, I guess Griffith had the right person. It was just that Griffith himself wasn't the right person. Char is starting to feel the energy of this capacity crowd here. Back and forth we go. I'm sure Domon would love to pin a former men's champion. Rolling forearm, but not enough to keep Char down for long. There is the PK once again, but Domon back onto his feet. In comes Kiyomi Aragi. A low blow there, doing what it needs. but that pinfall was not the one. Death Valley driver. Another pin, legs crossed, but just broken up at the last moment. Up he goes. Elbow to the back of Char Aznable. Going for a second one. A stomp to the back as well. There is that front-facing chokeslam. And a headbutt to the already lacerated head of Char Aznable. Kiyomi needs to finish this off, but he loses his grip of Char. Brings in Griffith, much to the dismay of this crowd. And another cross arm breaker. Domon seemed to be a little distracted by Gama there, but not quite enough to lose his focus. Cross arm German suplex into the Kamagoye. Not enough to keep Griffith down for too long, however. Say what you want about this man, but definitely has some fighting spirit. There is a cover there from Gamazabi, but still not enough. Domon is fired up here. Sending Gama over, crashing into the mat. And there it is, the Kiyomi end. But very well could have been the end. However, Gamazabi just able to break it up. Still not enough. Into the ropes and full body attack using all of his body weight and sending it crashing straight into Gamazabi. Enziguri. But a drop kick from former men's champion Kiyomi Araragi takes Gama to the mat. Head scissors takedown. Another pinfall attempt, but not the place you want to be doing it. In comes Char, the fresher man. 3D. Up Char goes. The red comet has connected. I don't know how Kiyomi Araragi kicked out of that. But the Tiger Bomb. Not enough still. The rest of the tag team able to break it up. 15 minutes have passed in this 30-minute time limit match. Domon is fired up. Russian leg sweep taking him down. All of these competitors are starting to feel what's gone on in this match. They have taken so much punishment. Especially Char has lost a lot of blood that we see in this ring. The drop kick from Char ultimately besting Domon there. Griffith and Guts, let's go. This is the matchup I expect to see a lot going forward here at RWCW Championship Wrestling. That lariat, but no, a super kick from Griffith. Could he put Guts away? Those series of chops sending Griffith into the mat. Almost had the pin, but Gamazabi just there to break it up. Griffith giving up control to bring Char into the ring. Up he goes. The red comet has landed. And a front-facing red comet. You can't pin Guts while he's on his belly. However, Guts in control right now. Oh, but the pin, that could have been the pin that he needed. Another pinning attempt. But just able to break out at the last moment. Spinebuster there from Guts to give him enough space to go tag in Kiyomi Araragi. Kiyomi reverse. Just needs to get Char out of the ropes, but not in a good place. Gama still right there to break it up. And this time, in the ropes was that pinfall. Another headbutt. Up he goes. What is he doing here? Another elbow drop. We've seen Komi use a few of those earlier. There is that neck breaker. Also sending the knees crashing into the mat. Unfortunately for Chade, he's not the legal man. The parachute press. Best possible corner for them to be in. And Gama Zabi getting the pin on the former men's champion Komi Araragi. What a 6-person contest that was. Next up, we'll be moving into 2v2 action. 2B and Renge Miyuchi will be taking on Kizuna Ai and Hatsune Miku. Coming to the ring first, the tag team of Renge Miyuchi and 2B, a very unexpected tag team that has arisen here at Royal Life Championship Wrestling. But that's just how it is sometimes. You see, you make friends in the most unlikely of places, and their opponents, on the other hand, coming to the ring is Kizuna Ai and Hatsune Miku. Probably a much more logical tandem than that of 2B and Renge Miyuchi. Both doing very well during the tournament. Both scoring very highly. Kizuna Ai would have been able to win the B block if not for Noriko Takaya going completely undefeated. 2B and Renge, however, not the greatest performers here at the tournament. Especially 2B. A lot more was probably expected of her. And unfortunately, she was not able to deliver. There's the hiss. Another hiss. A third hiss! And in comes Renge Miyuchi. But yeah, 2B not really delivering during the tournament. And unfortunately for her, she's really got to start working her way back up with victories. In comes Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku was able to beat Saber when she was looking a bit more undefeated. Well, unbeatable, rather. She did beat Saber when she was undefeated. Possibly leading to Saber's eventual downfall and loss to Tsukiki Araragi. So, dragging Miku a bit more centered into the ring. Great snapmare takeover there. And another takeover, but rolled up into a pinfall, but not enough to keep 2B down for too much longer. There's the double powerbomb from Renge and 2B. For Renge and 2B, this may be the opportunity to show that maybe apart they are not quite as strong, but together they can maybe form a formidable tag team here at Royal Life Championship Wrestling. And there are those deadly headbutts from Renge Miyuchi. In comes Kizuna Ai. A lot of tag team title implications in this one. We do need some tag team title competitors moving forward. However, it does... I mean, if I was in charge, I would be thinking maybe Rin Tosaka and Saber maybe a bit higher on that ballot than either of these two teams, but we will just have to see how these two teams perform. And we will be having another tag team contest tonight as well that will probably be able to shed some more light on that scene. Strong strikes there from 2B. Into that turnbuckle, sending 2B up, and oh my god, what a move there from 2B, sending Kizuna Ai down, and did daze her for a few moments. Renge able to float over from that possible go-to-sleep attempt. Can't take too much away from Renge and 2B. They are both accomplished competitors, just didn't have the best time during the Best Girl tournament. Up we go. A nice headbutt there, and the elbow drop missing. You do not want to miss a move like that, and getting thrown over with that belly-to-belly suplex, paradise lock, submission. A very difficult maneuver to power out of, but Renge still manages to spinning Miku bomb on the top of her head. 2B is in there though to stop that potential pin from taking place. Into the pink turnbuckle. 5 minutes have elapsed, 30 minutes on the clock in this contest. Heavy strikes there. Great arm drag there from Hatsune Miku. Scoop and a slam with a lot of force. Great spin kick to the back. Only a 1 count from that pinning predicament. 2B into the ropes and a rolling senton to the back of Kizuna Ai. I'm not sure which is worse, getting all that weight landing on your belly or your back, but either way, does a lot of damage. Parachute press. 2B doesn't seem to notice the problem that her partner was in, but Renge still able to break out of it. Great elbow drop there, and another elbow drop from Kizuna Ai. A belly-to-belly from Renge, retaking control. Up and sending Kizuna Ai to the outside, and 2B is going to go out there. In fact, Renge is going to meet Miku in the ring while 2B gets brain busted on the floor outside. The Nyanpasu stunner. You just want to hit that on the right person, however, not Miku, but it will do a lot of damage. Sling blade. 2B has momentum. There's the pin. But Miku just able to get in. 2B being dragged a bit more centered, and there is that moonsault very far, but Renge had confidence in her partner, and with a spin kick like that, how can you not have confidence? And almost getting the victory there, but you know what's coming right now. It's the Miku splash, and there it is. 1, 2. Renge is able to break it up. Not the best maneuver to go for in a tag team contest, as it is a bit more centered in the ring, gives the opponent's partner some time to get in and break it up. There's those double elbows. Twist of fate. Gonna drag Renge away a little bit and go tag in Kizuna Ai. Kizuna Ai now in control of Renge Miyuchi. Will be wanting to finish this off as soon as possible. Around and around. Great head scissors there. But Renge cutting her off with that vertical suplex. Into the ropes. And a lariat taking Kizuna Ai down. And that spinning Uranagi folding her up. The elbow from the top. 2B coming in. And Kizuna Ai is now looking in a bit of trouble. Up, and the attitude adjustment. And a series of chops to the side of the head, trying to knock Kizuna Ai out belly to belly. And yep, bringing Miku in, probably the best decision she could have made there. But for Miku now, she may have to absorb this punishment but able to kick 2B away. Head scissors there. A lot of momentum on that one. Into the ropes, and then head scissors of her own. Some good lucha things. Back and forth, middle of the ring, right on top of that logo. The spinning forearm takes Renge down. Miku with the pin. And so close to picking up the victory there. Twist of fate. The pin, but way too close to 2B right there. Belly to belly from Renge, retaking control. There's the headbutts. This could be bad for Miku. No, she does get out of that submission maneuver. Double powerbomb up, and there is that flipping stomp and the swanton bomb. However, 2B, that took a lot out of her. Got her tied up. Oh, what a kick. And the swanton bomb once again. There's the pin, but in the ropes. Calls Izuki-chan. Great to see her back. The attitude adjustment. Not going for the pin. Probably a big mistake. Oh, wow. The flexibility on display there with that kick. Renge getting the tag. Kizuna Ai getting the tag. Parachute press. 1, 2. And I'm not sure what 2B went for there, but did not seem to be trying to get her partner out of that. What's she going for up here? A knee straight across the face and an elbow across the back. Renge may have it. No, getting thrown to the outside, and oh, 2B cutting off that dive, but a barbed wire bat has been brought into the ring. And oh, Kizuna Ai landing right on top of it. And Renge, back of her head and some of her back, landing on that barbed wire baseball bat. Dragon screw leg whip. Renge looked a little dazed there. Made a bit too much contact with that bat. Up and brainbuster. Kizuna Ai is going to use that as an opportunity to create some space. Bring in her partner. And here it comes. The Miku splash, but will Renge be in a good enough state to break this one up? The pin. 1, 2, 3. Renge, maybe she didn't think she could make it. I'm not quite sure, but Miku and Kizuna Ai picking up the victory. Great match from these two teams. Our next match will be another tag team contest. Sumika and Maya will be taking on Shinobu Oshino and Karen Kujo of the Blonde Alliance. So coming to the ring first is these two members of the Blonde Alliance. Not the normal tag team we see. Shinobu Oshino, one half of the tag team champions with Igus. The reason they're not teaming together is Igus will be in a championship match later tonight. Karen Kujo, on the other hand, coming up short in B block. Not qualifying for the grand finals. And here comes Sumika and Maya. Sumika Kagami, she did not participate during the Best Girl tournament. Meanwhile, Maya Mitsurugi did, if I remember correctly, finishing up on a minuscule 2 points, 1 win. Showing maybe she's not quite cut out for the world of singles wrestling. But this is maybe where she's a bit more comfortable in the domain of tag team competition. And getting a victory even over one half of the tag team champions is definitely something that you can write home about, especially in tag team action. Because while Karen and Shinobu are not the usual tandem of the Blonde Alliance, the usual 2v2 tandem, Obviously, they know each other very well. They can work together very well. So being able to beat them is still a feat in of itself. Up and driving Maya into the mat and straight into a submission. Sumika seems confident though. For Maya, potentially the best girl tournament was not the best for her. She's got quite the hill to climb to prove herself once again, while Sumika, she can kind of, you know, she hasn't lost any face. She wasn't in the tournament, she didn't lose all those matches. So for her, she's still kind of on the same standings that she once was. Back and forth. It's not often that you get a chance to go back and forth and win a back and forth with the former world champion. But Sumika just did it. There's a super kick. Now we've known that Karen does have a tendency to not take her competition seriously, looking back to her loss against Serval once upon a time. Taking her down there. Up and over. Into the yellow turnbuckle. And Shinobu now coming into the ring. May pick up the scraps a little bit here. Sending Maya crashing into the mat and into that Paradise Lock submission hold. Sumika still confident in her partner to be able to break out of that submission. Now, there were a few times during the tournament to where Maya very possibly could have got a victory, however, thwarted time and time again by rope breaks. Into the turnbuckle. Shinobu sending Sumika crashing to the outside, and now the Blonde Alliance are going to do what they did best. And I think Maya has realized what is going on over on that side, and she's going over there to help her friend from this 2-on-1 assault. Mayhem has broken out here, but back into the ring we go. Nice tag there, bringing in the slightly fresher Maya Mitsurugi. However, you gotta think Maya Mitsurugi has a lot of fatigue from that tournament. Sumika definitely the freshest competitor in here in terms of, you know, didn't compete in that tournament. And she could capitalize on that, especially against both Karen and Shinobu, neither of which were particularly fresh. Great strike there, and a Boston Crab applied to the former world champion. Shinobu was a little unsure, but I think she gained some confidence in her partner. Rolling that over, but not enough to get a victory due to the rope break. Karen using a lot of strength to kind of crawl a bit closer to the ropes. Sumika fighting them both off, not allowing the double team maneuver to take place. Headbutt. That will definitely send you for a loop. And here comes the double power bomb, lifting her up into the ropes, but a collision. Malfunction at the junction. Oh my god, that Frankensteiner just dropping her on the top of her head there. And another Frankensteiner. Shinobu is definitely in trouble. I would say go for the head though, after, you know, you've spiked, or the neck at least, after you spike that head and neck into the mat. There's the face buster from Shinobu. And a fireball to the face of Maya Mitsurugi. I hope she's okay. I hope that didn't burn her significantly, but she still seems to be okay with a great spine buster. Maya getting her eyes raked there, but still in control of the former close-up champion and one half of the current tag team champions. Pulling her over there. In, sending her to the outside. And a pinfall there. Drop kick to the back. Potential count out coming up. We have to the count of 20, but 13 is how it was reached. Stopping the possible Stormbreaker attempt. The moonsault, but not even going to get a 1 count. Sumika was right in there to stop that. Sumika taking control once again. No. Getting caught into that guillotine. A very deadly submission to be in. And caught into it again. But broken up again. If you're Shinobu, you probably want to get Sumika out of there, but yep, she's going to go get the tag instead. There's the face buster. Karen now in control and... oh, no. As I say that, rolls it through into that arm submission. You do not want to be controlled by the former world champion. Parachute press, but in the ropes, and Shinobu was definitely there and ready to break that one up. Bringing in Maya and Karen just allowing it. Karen maybe thinking that due to Maya's performance in the Best Girl tournament that she's not someone to worry about, and maybe she does need to be worried about almost pinning the former world champion. Maya with a strike to the back of the head of Karen Kujo. Into the ropes and Maya picking up a pinfall out of nowhere on the former world champion Karen Kujo. Big victory there for Sumika and Maya moving forwards. Our next contest will be for the RWCW Championship Wrestling Weekly Waifu TV Championship. It'll be the challenger Saber taking on the champion Karen Araragi. Coming to the ring first is the challenger. Just shy of qualifying for the finals of the Best Girl tournament. It is Saber. Looking to pick up the TV championship against someone she beat during that tournament. It is none other than Karen Araragi. Now Karen Araragi has held that title for 119 days since the day we recorded Waifu World episode 1. While, despite the long time, this is actually her first defense of the title, and against someone who beat her not too long ago during the tournament. And in fact, Saber knocked out Karen Araragi, but for Karen, this is a good opportunity to possibly get some revenge, dragging Saber. That 119 days does actually make Karen the longest reigning TV champion, but to be still with 4 successful defenses makes her the most successful TV champion, at least in terms of defenses. Into the ropes and a bit of a collision there, but the Dr. Bomb from Karen could seal the deal quite early. But it did not. Strikes to the side of the head from Saber. A kick there, taking Karen off her feet. I will say Karen has the power advantage, but we're never too sure about Saber. Yep. Like I said, it's a bit hard to judge with Saber. She's not the biggest girl, but Her strikes definitely pack a punch. A lot of force in her smaller frame. Elbow there from the champion. Karen definitely does not want to go down as never being able to defend that championship. Would be quite the blemish on her career. Fujiwara armbar, but not enough to keep Saber down for much longer, but into the cross arm breaker there. These two competitors kind of feeling each other out. I mean, they have 60 minutes before a time limit draw, but then again, it's hard to say if you want to go 60 minutes because you never know what kind of conditioning your opponent is in. Are they in better conditioning than you? If you went 60 minutes, is your opponent going to have a better time than you? There's a pile driver there from the champion. And a headbutt to the back of the head, but it didn't even knock Saber down. Keeps slamming Karen into the mat with that move. Up and floating over. Saber with a spear, but not enough to keep Karen down for long. Elbow to the back of the head. Very precise elbow strike. Into the ropes and another elbow there. Karen with the lariat taking down Saber, but it didn't appear to be a lot on that lariat, but a lot on that German suplex. Almost retaining her title. Up, and what are we doing here? Electric chair drop. Karen, though, needed to take a breath. There is a chop. We've seen Saber use that maneuver quite effectively. Into a cross arm breaker of her own, but in the ropes. There's that chop. Dragging Karen. And a spinning chop into the pin. Could have knocked her out again, but not quite. Doesn't have the TV championship in her grasp just yet. Up, and there's an elbow from the bee. She can fly like a bee, that's for sure. And great running, diving chop there. 5 minutes have passed, but 60 minutes on the clock. Great low drop kick there. And the cross arm breaker, reaching the ropes, was able to kind of crawl, adjust her body weight enough to reach the ropes for the rope break. There's a pin, and almost taking the TV championship away from Karen, but there is a Karen stinger. 1, 2, not enough to put Saber away. German suplex in the ropes. Could have been, that move could have been enough to put Saber away, but you never know when it's in the ropes. Spinning chop, but not enough. The drop kick. Karen is looking a little bit exhausted though. Some open palm strikes could be enough. New TV champion has just been crowned. Saber able to beat Karen Araragi once again, and that means for Karen, no defenses in her reign. Great match from these two, and we'll be moving into our next title contest. It will be Igus challenging Netgear for the close-up title. Coming to the ring first, one half of the tag team champions, none other than Igus, finishing the tournament on 8 points. Not the worst, but definitely not the best, but not too far off from her opponent, the current close-up champion Netgear. And Igus was able to defeat Netgear during the tournament. That is kind of what has given her this title opportunity. And if Saber was able to beat Karen Araragi twice, then potentially Igus may be able to beat Netgear twice as well. However, I made this point very clear during the tournament because Netgear did not perform quite to a lot of expectations placed on her as a close-up champion. But I put the point forward that potentially Netgear is focused on the close-up championship. That is her focus. That is her passion. And now she is in that zone. She is defending that close-up championship that means more than anything to her. She gave up a world title opportunity once upon a time to prove that the close-up title is just as important, if not more. So for Netgear, this is where she may bring in that focus and still be able to defend a great spine buster there from Aigis. A lot of power from Aigis, but with Netgear, she can catch you. At a moment's notice, she can hook in a submission move, and you will be in trouble. Kick to the side there, and a Boston Crab applied. Into the ropes, and a great uppercut there from Aigis. Aigis, I'm sure, would love to win the close-up championship. A former TV champion, the first ever Robo Waifu Championship Wrestling Weekly Waifu TV champion was Aigis, winning that exchange there. And current tag team champion would love to add that close-up championship to her legacy, to her lineage. Dragging Aigis there. Punch to the stomach, and up she goes. No, thinking against it, perhaps. Straight to the top of the head, and sending Aigis crashing into the mat with that suplex. Submission applied on the legs, taking out the base of Aigis. There's the pin, but not enough to get the win. Into the ropes once again, maybe trying to wear Aigis out, just making her run the ropes. Northern Lights, cross arm breaker. Netgear has perfected that maneuver, but right now she's being straightened back of the head. Kiwi-chan's only going to allow that for to the count of 5, however. The Boston Crab, simple yet effective in dealing some extra damage. Lots more strikes. Aigis could maybe be thinking about trying to knock out the current reigning close-up champion. Picking her up, and a slap across the face. Inzaguri dragging Aigis, and could be it. No. Punch to the stomach, and another pinning predicament there for Aigis, but she does break out of it. A scoop and a slam, and there are those strong forearms to the face of the close-up champion. There's the lariat. But some more strikes, and this is that spinning leg drop across the face, across the neck. There's a pin, and that was almost the victory there for Netgear, almost retaining her title to the outside. The title will change hands on a countout, but Aigis actually throwing Netgear in, wants to beat her properly, it seems. Does not want anyone doubting her abilities. Up and over, and great jawbreaker there. Spinning kick to the side of the head of Aigis. But oh my god, that German suplex, the power you need to just throw someone like that. Sidewalk slam from the champion. Up top, there is that leg drop. Netgear is looking a little tired. Back and forth we go. Fired up, and a lariat, huge lariat. The double stomp. But Aigis was looking a little out of breath after that one. Taking her down, and that might be it. Netgear might be knocked out. No. Igus not able to get the victory. Cross arm break in middle of the ring. Nowhere near the ropes. Igus is so strong though. Able to just drag herself towards the ropes. Did not need to use them, but the strength was still on display. Spine buster. The champion is in trouble right now. Up and the gut buster. How many more of these strikes can Netgear take? Pop up cutter. Netgear is fired up. Unfortunately, that's going to be in the ropes. Could have been just what she needed. The stomps to the back. Igus going for it again now. Igus often gets very greedy and misses just like that. But sending her down again. 1, 2. New champion. Igus is the new close-up champion. I cannot believe that, ladies and gentlemen. Your new close-up champion and one half of the tag team champion. It is Igus. Our next contest will be for the men's championship. Kazuma Kiryu will be taking on Amuro Ray. Coming to the ring first, it is the challenger. Almost said the champion, and that would be wrong. It is the Dragon of Dojima. It is none other than Kazuma Kiryu. And the champion, the proud men's champion, two-time men's champion, it is none other than Amuro Ray. Glad to see our men's champion back. We have not seen him over the course of the Best Girl tournament, but here he is defending his title against Kazuma Kiryu. If you remember all the way back at Waifu World number 2, Kazuma Kiryu won a very important match, which has earned him the right to this title. Amuro has held the men's championship for 159 days, with a successful defense against Guts, who we saw in action earlier tonight, in a losing effort, however. It'll be interesting to see what Kiryu can do here against Amuro Ray. There's a pin, but not enough. Kaniku Ref, our referee for this contest. Great uppercut there. Now, something that is interesting about our men's division, very often it's very back and forth, it's very fiery, just men come out of nowhere challenging for titles and oftentimes can win them, so you never know where the men's title is gonna go. Remember, if you can remember all the way back to Weekly Waifu episode 1, Ken Shiro won the title, then the next week he put the title up on the line against Amuro, just due to being so impressed with Amuro's performance, for Amuro to just take it away. So this men's division, all over the place, but that's just what makes it so exciting, and it's so physical as well. A lot of great pinning maneuvers here, but the strikes that we've known our men here at RWCW Championship Wrestling for, just so powerful and so deadly. And none are more powerful and more deadly than Amuro Ray. Amuro Ray was the man who sent Kenshiro away from RWCW Championship Wrestling. Got Amuro caught there. And there is that takedown and the punches through the legs. Very hard to defend against a maneuver like that. There's a pin there from the Dragon of Dojima. Kiryu almost getting the victory, but not quite. Another pin. Kiryu really wants to try finish this early. He maybe knows that the longer this goes, the more in favor it is for Amuro Ray. Amuro definitely has the advantage of experience here at RWCW Championship Wrestling. Not to say that Kiryu is an inexperienced fighter, not at all. But here, between these ropes in this wrestling ring, Amuro definitely has more to his name. Great senton. A lot of rotation there. Exactly what you'd expect to see out of a new type like Amuro.
1, 2, 3.
Great swan dive drop kick to the top of the head of Kiryu. And potential count out. The title will change hands on a count out. And the Iron Claw has made its way into the ring. Now, had to the count of 5 to drop those iron fingers, but just did it last second. There's that great, almost a phoenix splash of sorts. Combination of punches there. Kiryu is in control. Around and around we go. The giant swing. Getting dizzy takes a lot out of you in the wrestling ring. I would say put more pressure on, but... And I would be right in saying that he should have put more pressure onto that pin. However, he was very close. The rope break there. Kiryu is definitely giving Amuro a run for his money here. Sending Amuro away. The double stomp and into the pin. 1, 2. Not enough. And there's some strikes there. Got him, and some more strikes, but Kaneki Ref broke that. What strength, though, from Amuro Ray. What are we going to do here? A buzzsaw kick. That could knock a man out, but Amuro Ray is no normal man. Enziguri into the ropes, and a Superman punch. But around and around we go, this disorients you. And the pressure that's applied in a pinning maneuver like this, the way his legs are hooked around, it's very hard to get out of. And Amuro has used that move very effectively. And just, as always, using it effectively once again, retaining the men's championship. Great match from these two competitors. And we'll be moving into our main event of the evening. It is the grand final of the Best Girl Tournament. Tsukiji Araragi will be taking on world champion Noriko Takaya to determine who will be crowned the first ever RWCW Championship Wrestling Best Girl. You're not going to want to miss this one. Coming to the ring first, it is the Phoenix herself, risen from the ashes. One of the least expected people to win the tournament. And here she is in grand final, Tsukiji Araragi. She was able to climb her way to the top. But she has quite the challenge on her hands. Current reigning RWCW Championship Wrestling World Champion. It is Noriko Takaya. Noriko went completely undefeated in that tournament. Let's go. Into the turnbuckle. Great chop there. For Tsukiji, she's gonna want to keep Noriko slowed down. She does not want Noriko to get into gear and get going with what she is capable of. Great submission there. Planting the champion down. For Tsukiji, there must be so many nerves and so much just emotions going on right now, but she needs to contain them. Because if she wins this, she gets an opportunity for that world title down the line. There will be more information of when that will happen, but for Noriko, if she wins this tournament, she will name a challenger whenever she so chooses, and it'll be interesting to see who that might be. I would say Sabre is a strong contender, as they did not meet being in opposite brackets, and Sabre was a very, very strong competitor during the tournament. Great kitchen sink there. This one is not contested under 15 minutes. I believe this is at least a 60-minute time limit match, if not an unlimited time limit match, because we need a winner. And there is a sharpshooter applied there from the champion to go into history as the first ever RWCW Championship Wrestling Best Girl. Will obviously mean so much to both of these competitors. But for Noriko, I think it's just it's a little bit more, because it's, for her, it's not just being the best girl, but it's being the best girl while holding the title, which may be a feat that will be hard to replicate. But for Skihi, this is about proving the naysayers wrong, the people who may not have thought that she could have ever gotten to this position.
5, 6, 7,
The count to 20, and Noriko bringing out a scythe.
11, 12,
Is Noriko going... It seemed like Noriko may have been looking for the counter, and sleeper applied there from Skihi Araragi. Elbow to the back of the head. And there is a German suplex. I don't think any of these competitors will give up at this point. Not just yet. There's a Samoan drop. And the Poison Rana. That could already be all she wrote. No, Skihi is back up on her feet before Noriko could even hope to get the pin. Everything is Skihi. 1, 2. Not quite enough to put Noriko away just yet, but the Brainbuster with the pin. And that was almost enough for Skihi to get away with the victory and become the first ever best girl. But that flash pinfall, only a 2 count. Skihi's going up top. Rolling senton from the top. The claw has been applied. This has tapped out so many competitors. But no. There is the sleeper hold, but Noriko manages to pull it over to the ropes. Another sleeper locked in, but in the ropes once again. Skihi wanting to drain the air out of Noriko, and here it comes. The Inazuma kick! But going for the pin in the ropes is not what Noriko needs to be doing right now. She needs to make sure. And the Phoenix Splash could be. That could have very well been it for Skihi. She could have beaten the world champion. And here comes Inazuma kick number 2. And not going for the pin this time. Poison Rana. Pinning off of that, but still in the ropes. Back and forth we go. So much on the line. And the diving splash. 1, 2. So close there for Skihi Araragi. Almost beating the champion. Not even able to be in there for a millisecond. But sleeper locked in. Middle of the ring. Skihi is looking in control right about now. And there it is. 1, 2. What does Skihi need to do to put away the current defending champion? Up the top she goes. Inazuma kick. No rope breaks to save you this time. That's only a 2 count. Only a 2 count. Everything is Skihi. Everything is looking up for Skihi Araragi. Not anymore. Sent into the mat with that Samoan drop there from Noriko. Fired up. The German suplex in the ropes. This has been a back and forth contest so far, but the Yoshitonic could be enough. A lot of pressure on the shoulders. You need to get your shoulders up to get out of a pinfall. Another Inazuma kick coming. How many can Skihi take? Maybe not anymore. What? Not going for the pin though. Possibly a big mistake there for Noriko. Could have gotten the victory. Sending Noriko over the top there. Taking Skihi to the mat. And a schoolboy roll up. Not enough though to put the Phoenix away. Elbow. Taking Skihi down. Noriko is so fired up. She feels the energy from the crowd and a punch to the stomach. Poison Rana. Dragging Skihi out of the ropes, but Noriko is looking exhausted. Not something you see often from Noriko Takaya. Poison Rana. Middle of the ring, more or less. But not enough. Not enough to put away Skihi. German suplex. 1, 2. So close. Once again. Brain buster. Noriko's exhausted though. Was not able to go for the Inazuma kick. Skihi is taking Noriko to her limit. Sending her down there. Skihi going up top. Phoenix splash. 1, 2. Almost the upset of the century. 10 minutes have passed in this contest, but who knows how much more these two competitors have in the tank. What athleticism. The Inazuma kick could be coming up. No. Back and forth we go. These competitors have put it all on the line. Enziguri there from Noriko. Into the turnbuckle. What a lariat there. And the sleeper, but in the ropes. Could have been the saving grace for Noriko Takaya right there. Up. What are we doing up here? Throwing Skihi off the top turnbuckle. I would have gone for the pin right there, but I'm not the world champion. And the claw has been applied. And that's it. Noriko is the first ever Robo Waifu Championship Wrestling Best Girl. Skihi fought with all her might. She fought so hard, but just was not able to get it. But congratulations to Noriko Takaya. Now we just gotta ask the question of who she'll be challenging. Wait a second. I'm getting something on my headset. Noriko has stormed into the back, and she's walked straight into the men's locker room, and she's getting into the face of Amuro Ray. I'm being told that she's challenging Amuro Ray to a title match next week on Robo Waifu Championship Wrestling Weekly Waifu. She wants no countouts, no disqualifications, best 2 out of 3 falls for the Robo Waifu Championship Wrestling World Title against Amuro Ray next week on Robo Waifu Championship Wrestling Weekly Waifu. This is quite the development, and you're not going to want to miss that one. But thank you so much for watching this show. Next week, Robo Waifu Championship Wrestling Weekly Waifu will return, and the Robo Waifu Championship Wrestling World Title will be on the line. Amuro Ray versus Noriko Takaya. No countouts, no disqualification, best 2 out of 3 falls. A champion will be crowned. Well, I guess there's already a champion, it's Noriko, but a new champion could be crowned, and Amuro Ray could become a double champion. You're not going to want to miss that one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you then.